later on, of course, was some ranking. So I was just writing some work emails, right, or answering a work email, I guess, just like 10 minutes ago, just before they started here, and my adrenaline is really high. It happens when shit, when crime happens, right? But I don't know what to tell you guys. Short story. I'm sitting right here, right, working. I can see my front yard, or back, but the entrance is there, but I feel it's kind of my front yard anyway. I can see outside my house, right? I can see the garden and so on. And I see a guy dressed in black, the white guy in a black hoodie, black backpack on him, walking around my house. And this is here, daycare on the side of the wall. Walking around here. I can see him from here, right? I can see the window. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, right? And then he kind of closely goes up closer to my house, walks back and forth for like a minute. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, trying to work, right? And then suddenly he just jumps my fence. And it feels like I make it up for no, but he jumps my fence. And I'm just like, well, what's happening? He just jumped my fence, but he doesn't like run into my door, right? He's not running through like my windows. And it's so weird too, because he jumped my fence. He's not even looking at my house. He's looking into the ground. And I get up, right? And I look at him to be like, you know, get off my lawn kind of thing, right? But he's not even looking in my direction. Like he's not even looking into the house, looking straight into the ground. So I go and get my phone, because I want to record it, right? I get my phone in the kitchen, and he just jumps back again. But he just jumped over the fence, like grabbed something on the ground, and he jumped out again. And I'm just like, it's like grass and maybe some trash to pick up. I was like, what is happening? Yeah, I was like, it's not even anything on the ground. It's like grass. I was like, what? And then he just ran or something. Super weird. But he didn't see me. Like he literally did not look in my direction. He just like jumped the fence, but kept looking downwards when he jumped the fence. Like it made any sense. He couldn't even see he didn't like react to me staring at him, being like, I'm gonna F you up. You know, he didn't even react to that, because I did it first, and he didn't look at me. He didn't react to me doing it. He didn't seem like his body didn't register that I was, looking at him through the window. So it was super strange, incredibly strange. Something on my ground that, like, it feels like a fake story, but it just happened like 10 minutes ago. I still tried to process it. It's like, what just happened? And it also made no sense. It'd be one thing if he jumped the fence and he was up to my windows, right? See if I'm home, right? Wherever, right? Like trying to, rob me or something. That would make more sense. But he didn't even do that. He didn't even leave the fence. He just jumped the fence, immediately went down to the ground next to the fence, and then jumped over the fence again. Like, he didn't go the last meters or whatever, or yards or whatever. It was super strange. But anyway, let's watch some anime. I don't know, I just tell you that story. Like, I don't even know what to say. I was like, what? And of course I did. This is later then, because of course this happened, and so I went outside, of course, and but he ran. He jumped the fence again, and I couldn't see him, or I looked at the ground and I was like, what happened? Russian spies? He's super strange. Anyway, let's watch Arifureta. So 3, 2, 1, and go. That's far more later today than last week, like 10 minutes later, because it just happened just before I was gonna just finish the work, right, and do this stream, and I was like, what? And I can't even explain it either, because I was like, okay, it's back to little daughter girl. Very good. Yeah, back to daughter here. Papa! Where's the mommy? What's the MILF? Come on. Oh, she's so adorable. Papa! Yeah. I just slapped him too, basically. So you got one woman there at least. One wife. Yeah, but it's a vampire wife. I didn't know about her. I was hoping that the mermaid mom was gonna be like, yeah, Papa, let's have some, morning fun. Opening, right? But yeah. It's unfortunate that he hasn't smashed, I feel, the mermaid mom yet. Come on, the mermaid mom is like, you know what's up. She's like, yeah, you're my daughter's father now, so, let's make more daughters, right? Come on. But I don't know, has it ever happened to you in reality, or you, but I feel like certainly kids do wake up their parents, right? But she's like, he's slapping him, yeah, it's like, that happened to me. No, I never done myself either. I can remember at least. Kids waking up and like slapping you. It's a little bit, yeah, Papa. Like, there's certainly Sensei getting it in the opening. Yeah, because obviously it's Sensei. Now we see the nun and so on, right? Of course, the same woman we saw in the flashback at the boat. So Sensei is a kind of sex dungeon, right? I suppose. Because you can't just kidnap a woman. You have to also put her in a dungeon with some fun extra time there. Certainly, right? Certainly. But Yeah, it clicked with me immediately last week. When I saw her being kidnapped by the nun right last week. And then of course we had... then immediately, I was sort of... What do you say right? Then I was like, oh yeah. That is... Of course it's Sensei in the opening. So I kept wondering if the woman in the opening that's naked was going to be a new character or something. But because the nun is just behind her too right in the opening, it's certainly Sensei. Like for sure, right? Okay, so a new promise. Yeah, so wakes up next to his vampire waifu. Quite a nice waifu, you know, morning always tell me. Yeah. And then she's slapping her papa. Come on, wake up! Didn't slap her bonus mommy though. Only slap papa, yeah. Didn't slap didn't slap all the wives, right? She should go around just like slapping them all. Yeah, very lovable, wholesome moment here now. Daughter coming in there in the bed, slapping her papa in the face. Yeah, staring at her father's member, I guess? What's happening? Oh, you're so big, Papa? What are you doing this weird joke for? Yeah, what? Well, she was like, oh, Papa, you're so big. Peter your legs. Oh, yeah. Is mom making you happy? Something? What was that? Suddenly it was like, what? She was impressed by Papa's size or something. This anime is effed up, man. Here comes mommy, probably. Yeah. And the rest of the wife is too, of course. But, yeah, it feels like, you know, he got that bonus MILF there, right? Of course. The whole... Yeah, of course, she's netto-rad. Yeah, they all get netto-rad, right? The anime is a horror anime with a lot of netto-rad, certainly. It's like... Yeah, so he has like a nice little house here now, right? Like a nice little living here. What happened to the edgelord character? It used to be this, I'm an edgelord, I hate everyone, I just wanna kill everyone, right? Now he's just living the harem isekai life. He has like 6 wives or something, just getting nice food, yeah. Papa! Now just living like a wholesome isekai life. What happened with this guy? What happened? He used to be Mr. Edgelord. Yeah. Now he just got like wholesomeness. It used to be edgelord anime, and now it's just like... Stupid wholesome girl, stop making me all soft inside! See, she wants to make more babies, certainly. Certainly. Oh, beach episode, right? Oh, of course. See, this episode isekai horror. Here we go! It's gonna be a straight up beach episode. It felt like we had the beach episode like 2 episodes ago, but whatever. More beach episode, yeah, it's just nice. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of good anime angles. There we go, yeah. Look at the buttocks. Very good, very good. And he's like, what, fishing or something? No, it's just like, I guess it's crafting, I guess. Yeah, I guess he's like crafting. He sees those naked all the time anyway, you know. He's used to seeing his harem without any clothes anyway. The bikinis are for him like, whatever, I see them naked, right? Yeah, he's like, I guess he doesn't have much feelings for the... Oh my god, now he's crafting a little extra daughter here, Miyu. She's so wholesome. It's breaking his edgelord personality completely. Okay, flashbacking to something with Sensei that also goes in love with him. But I guess saving Sensei could be maybe the next arc, right? Given, yeah, he's like, what would Sensei say? A lot of the anime is like, yeah, let's go to asses, yeah. Very good anime, very good anime. Oh, I guess it could happen to her here. Because she is always the abuse victim's anime. Always, right? Oh, here we go. Probably shouldn't show this on YouTube here, yeah. I feel it gets up now. Yeah, I knew it! She's gonna be like, yes, I got your boobs! No, my bikini! I knew it. She's always the victim. She's always the girl that gets, you know, oh no, I got acid on my boobs. Yes, it's always the woman that's like, oh no, she stole my bikini. See, he's so, oh, here comes, yeah, bonus mom here, yeah, you know. She's like, oh, you make my daughter so happy. See, she's always like, my daughter loves you so much, daddy. As a mother, I'm so happy and so impressed by your fatherhood abilities. Come on, it's always like freaking super innuendo, so she wants to smash him, yeah. She's always like, oh yes, your fatherly skills are quite impressive. It's always like his goddamn dialogue. And she's like, yeah, no, all the ladies, oh yes, they're so pretty and nice too. Yeah, everyone really loves you, eh? Come on. Come on, she's been basically offering her to be an extra, you know, bonus Wami Muffy for like 3 episodes now. Well, it would be kind of funny, as I mentioned earlier, if she also joins the. And of course, Shia keeps running around without a bikini. Yeah. She's always the victim. She keeps running around like, give me back my bag. Yeah. Every goddamn time, man. That poor girl. I like how no one helps her either. They're like, whatever, she's just a bunny girl, whatever, don't care about her. Yeah, it's always like, Tio and Aldous are like, she lost her bra again, or bikini, or whatever. Oh, yeah, like, they're so used to it. They're like, every episode. Of course, she was the one that got acid on her oppies, right, last fight there. That they had to, of course, help her out with the healing there, right? She's gonna do something? Well, that angle! We're gonna go back to that angle later! Oh my god, she was giving him a blow. Of course! They're doing it on purpose! Of course they are! This is the scariest anime. Oh my god, they're doing it so much on purpose. Holy shit, man. Yeah, what are you doing with my... Yeah, see? She feeds the netter right now. This... like, these goddamn angles! Holy shit, this anime. Tio is like, oh yeah, do it. She's always like, yeah, master wants it. And she knows she always gets off from watching one. She's definitely... oh my god, the Tio oppa is there. Yeah, stop misunderstanding Tio. And yeah, she still has no bikini. She of course is slightly netter red as always. No, yeah. And like Karu is also gonna, and she also getting after red. I like how she never gets the bikini back. She just stands in the back all the time with it's like. Oh, she's trying to get me laid? And then suddenly she's like, oh, I see. You're trying to, oh yeah, everyone's gonna give the bikini stream. Of course they are. God damn it, anime. Beach. Okay, here we go. You can all throw their bikinis at him. He gets, got him harem anime. This is a harem anime. 95% is a horror man, right? And 10 of course is naked, of course, yeah. All of them throw their bikinis at him. Of course, that's the strategy, yeah. We just wanna look at our different bikinis, yeah. Oh my god, this anime. I mean, yeah, certainly now the beach episode is over, and now we got something else, right? And we're gonna go into something else, but yeah, the first half there was straight up just again, right? Goddamn edgy fan service episode with a lot of bikinis and boobs. No, but I love that it turns in. Everyone's like, oh no, we all should give his bikinis, and now suddenly it's like a sad moment with me. You come on, don't ruin it for me. Don't go into like an emotional episode suddenly. Don't go into something like a serious episode now. You gotta stay on the etchy part. Now it's trying to go wholesome sad here. Come on, stay on the hentai stuff. Come on. I'm not here for some meaningful storylines here. See? Papa make me so happy. So on. No, I got that made for so on. Ugh. We gotta go back to the moment where she was giving him, a hug. Yeah. Oh my god, this anime. I put on Discord immediately. I managed to print screen that shit. We go back later. This anime. Oh. Yeah. I managed to put it on Discord. That is perfect, man. Oh, whatever. I can actually. Mermaid mommy. Yeah, okay, I can throw it in here. I just can't take this like emotional part seriously. I admit it. This anime is so goddamn etchy all the time and so on. I can't take this. Here it is. Yeah, what a beautiful scene there. I just can't take it seriously. Like, we have this kind of scene, which obviously gets up from the water, but it looks like she's gonna, and now it's like, it's emotional. Oh no, it's like, oh, I love you, Papa. Yeah, it's very hard, I feel, honestly, to take it seriously. Because it goes from like, looking like she's gonna, and then the next scene is like, I love you, Papa, please protect my mom, and so on. Yeah, this anime is so effed up, man. It goes like that thing, and oh yes, master, you're such a good daddy. I was like, ugh. It's very hard taking this anime seriously when it has emotional moments. I have an enormously hard time taking these like sad moments or kind of wholesome moments seriously. Like, wholesome in one dimension, but this like sadness, wholesome, drama, wholesomeness, more than the comedy. Comedy wholesomeness, that's fine, it's easy, right? She slaps him in the morning, so yeah, please, Papa, yeah, that's easy. But it's like sadness, drama, wholesomeness, yeah, it's really hard. Where she's like, if she stole her bikini and run around with they had a bikini fight and so on, it's like, it just feels kind of off, right? It's just, I don't know. And then we saw Tio's buttocks too for some reason. Yeah, I don't even know what happened because the other girls were throwing their bikinis, but did she throw her bottom then? The other ones just went, yeah, like why did she? We saw her like her rear floating up there. That just felt kind of random. I guess it's because Tio is super hentai something. Because Tio likes it in the, I don't know, yeah, it felt the kind of she got smacked by him, flew into the water, and then she had no clothes or something. I don't know why I'm trying to break it down, but well, I'm trying to like reason how this anime works here, but just saying, right? But anyway, I feel it's gonna lead into Sensei now. Yeah, I got this horror. My God, this is a Miyu episode. Papa! It's just Miyu being wholesome the whole episode, and plus a lot of fan service, yeah. But I feel now it's going to be Sensei, right? I feel now we're going to go to Sensei, and how she's getting stuck in this dungeon. Yeah, like something's happened. We get to stay in a fan service episode for the whole rest of the season. But they're not gonna bring Miyu with them? Oh, come on. They're gonna leave Miyu here with Mommy, right? But it's like the second time they left Miyu here with Mommy. So this feels like they've been here once, right? They already left her once. And it felt like she wasn't gonna return for at least maybe a few episodes, but she returned immediately again. Yeah, now they circled back to this little daughter character again, right? Maybe they leave her for real this time then. Of course, they went to the temple afterwards and so on, certainly still though, it's water. But yeah, like now it's more like an actual leaving her, I guess. This time it's actually permanent. Probably not. I think she could return in like episode 11 or 12 or something anyway. But certainly little Miyu will return eventually. Yeah. Oh, big sisters! It's kind of, the thing about it, it's kind of funny that Shia, of course, basically has like more clothes on her, as a bikini. Her normal outfit, her normal warrior outfit is like less clothing. Yeah, than the bikini. She has like a more revealing outfit now, basically, when she like removed the bikini and put on her armor. Yeah, it's like her armor is basically more shit. When I think about it, the bikini was like more wholesome. It reminds me of Yuko, right, in Taking Temple Lugan. She fights the bikini whole anime, right? Then they get to the beach episode I think it's 19, and then she comes in there like, yeah, and everyone's like, why do you wear more clothes at the beach for? Yeah, like what modesty? Like why have you suddenly decided to wear clothes? You're almost like half naked. What's happening? But I don't know, it has to be the princess probably? Yeah, princess, right. Because she, of course, for some reason the princess has this power to be at the right place at the wrong time or something. Yeah, she always happens to get everywhere, right? And learns about all the evil facts of the country or something. Like the guards are mind controlled or whatever, or... Okay, here we go. We're gonna see finally the evil leader's true plan or something. The school. Sounds like a female voice, but couldn't really see her. Yeah, and Sensei put in this dungeon, right? But why is she naked for in the opening for? Yeah, I was like, why is she naked for the opening? It looks kind of like she's getting it in the opening, right? It's like, why is she naked for? It's clearly her right in the opening with the nun. But yeah, like, but the difference is that she has no clothes on her in the opening for some reason. So we're gonna have a scene when some guy comes in there and is like, "We gotta breed with this fertility goddess." I'm just wondering that, like, why is she, showing off her body right in the opening? Sure, it makes the opening look a little more dramatic, but obviously the nun is one of the main antagonists, or part of the, I'll say it, the main antagonist. But there's also the main antagonist, but I mean, she's obviously part of the team of the dragon or whatever. She's obviously like connected to. Oh no, the CDI skeletons are back! Oh my god, it's so ugly. Yeah, ooh, CDI army. Oh god, it's back to the CGI army shit. Yeah, that is great. So that's Usei, of course. Now I hear it though. Now, last, of course, I couldn't figure it out, but now I do hear it. It's Mr. Flash God, Hashirama. Now I hear it when he's like, let's go. Yeah, that sounded like Demon Slayer. Now I definitely hear it. Now when I know it's him, right? Now I definitely hear it when he speaks. Certainly. Yeah, last time when he appeared, I couldn't really figure out who he was, right? In an anime. But I knew I had heard his voice recently. But of course, he's Usei from the Hashirama of Sound, right? Demon Slayer. But certainly now when I know it's him, I immediately, oh yeah, that sounds like him, and that's what. Oh god, this human arc is so boring always. But I guess the main characters are gonna come into this arc now, right? To save Sensei. Probably. I mean, she's obviously a bonus harem member, like an adjacent harem. She's obviously in love with him and isn't really the main harem, right? But clearly like a, you know, a side chick, right, to the harem. So, gotta go and save her, right? And also, of course, Sensei is always nice to him. For the bullying him, right, like his classmate, so. I just feel so disconnected, right, from these random humans. Oh yeah, they have some kind of conflict. I don't feel anyone cares. It's not really well built up or well written, the human part, right? Like I said last review too, it's been too little of it probably. Episode 1 had too much of it in a so slow paced, but then it has been like 1 minute per episode, and now suddenly it's like now the war is started, right? But I feel it's not a good build up whatsoever really what's happening here for the humans, right? Something princess is trying to understand what's happening, right? But I feel the problem again, the thing about it is that we don't really know so much about the princess. The princess is like the protagonist of this human arc, right? So whatever. But we know so little about her, yeah. We know so little about the princess. I don't really feel like we have connected with her as a character. But it's clearly shown from her perspective, right? Most of the human shenanigans. So, I don't know. The first episode probably built her up better as a character. Or kept doing it. I mean, I still think episode 1 was too slow paced, too much of those humans, but maybe we needed more of it episode 2 too, right? So you actually care about them. Whatever. Maybe he's gonna call for the harem to come and save them. I feel like someone should, you know, go and call him, right? Mr. Edgelord, and be like, hey, someone kidnapped your side woman, you know? Yeah, someone is starting a war here and they kidnapped your hot sensei, your tilf. Because now it feels like a rebellion or something, right? Or a civil war. Yeah, at this time. It feels like, what do you want at this time? Yeah, like, maybe that door should be locked. I don't know, it feels like you could walk in, right? No, don't drop a sword, man. That feels so stupid. He's like, okay, sure, you can come in. Like, why do you trust this guy for? Yeah, I don't know. He's like, yeah, let's talk. It feels like incredibly stupid. He was like, he was like, oh, what do you want this time? Yeah, it felt way more reasonable to put up the sword and be like, you cannot come in here now, right now. He's probably gonna get killed now with this guy, right? I mean, he's obviously evil, we know he's evil. He's obviously gonna kill him, right? But he feels so incredibly evil, suspicious. Like, how is he? He's blind? He's insanely blind, obviously. He clearly has no eyes. He just has an eye out. My god, this guy's such a diamond. He's such a diamond. This is so incredibly, obviously evil. Sitting there like, oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, he said earlier, he was like, what do you want this time? It's very suspicious, right? Holy shit, this guy is stupid. Jesus Christ, kill him before he kills you. Oh my god, he looks incredibly, obviously evil. Holy shit. This guy's supposed to be like a veteran warrior. Oh my god, this anime and this writing with characters. This guy's supposed to be this, like, you know, elite soldier. Oh yeah. Whatever, right? Jesus Christ. Oh, is this a trap? Oh, I could never see that coming. Like, oh no. Oh no. It's a trap. He had his sword, at least he could have kept the sword on him. He had his sword right next to his chair, right? At least he could have walked with the sword. His eyes are obviously being controlled. But it's like, come on, he had a sword with him, right? At least bring the sword with you when you're walking away. Don't just leave your sword at the... He's obviously faking it, but... Oh god. This feels like a very Doflamingo strategy. But you have a sword next to you. This is so stupid to me. Like, why would he run in there without picking up? He has a sword next to him. He didn't pick up the sword again. He could have picked up the sword too. It's like, no, I'm gonna stop with my hands. He could have, like, parried him with his own sword. Oh, God. Like, obviously gonna stab him in the back here. It's obviously gonna stab him in the back now. I mean, it's an obvious strategy ever. Jesus Christ, this guy's so stupid. Then he gets backstabbed. Literally, of course, as I said. But I mean, it's so predictable. Like, it's, of course, I'm gonna mess with him. He's the bad guy. Don't you understand that? Like, it's so obvious. It goes in the back. He's obviously joining the bad side, and it was the most obvious, predictable thing ever. And also, maybe the fans say, "Oh, it's obvious for you because you're the viewer." No, it's obvious because he's like, he even said it himself, like, "What do you want right now?" Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Like, can you? And he even himself was like, saying that I don't have time for you. Don't come into my room, right? And he was like, pick up his sword. He was like, well, who are you? Like, don't come in there, right? So he himself was admitting, or whatever, he was like acknowledging that this is clearly not a good time to let this guy in, right? And it's very suspicious. So all of this stuff, he was acknowledging that this is probably a trap. And then when he gets in there, he sits there, looks super evil, he kind of laughs, kind of evilly, whatever, right? Because a kind of weird maniac positioning. And he is, like, clearly should be like, oh, what's happening? This doesn't make any sense. Like, it's so... Yeah, he's tapping on the ground, right? Getting all nervous, looks all... Here it is. Yeah, he looks like super evil. Maybe it's better than a novel, but I feel that it's actually thing, like with the episode when she was possessed, right? Carol, same thing there. How, for the main character, he immediately knew she was being possessed, right? Or in an imposter or whatever. Because she was, like, coming out from the dark, being, yes! And, super evil, as I said in that episode. It's really terrible. But I do believe that the novel... I haven't read the novel, right? Of course, again. But I do believe the novel is actually probably better, right? Because this doesn't make any sense. They keep portraying the characters as absurdly, obviously evil before they do evil action, and no one would ever fall for this, right? Of course, the main character didn't fall for it, but this guy did, right? And he's supposed to be this elite soldier. It's so stupid. He even went for the sword, right? It was the same thing as I just mentioned before this reaction, right? A guy that maybe was trying to rob me. Honestly, that's super strange. He jumped over the fence. I mean, again, it's a true story. It's happened, right? But I don't know much more to tell you guys. He jumped over my fence and he immediately jumped back over it again. After he quickly got his hand on the ground, where it's rich. But anyway, it's the same thing there, right? When I saw it happening, I went to get my phone, right, so I could record him. But I also could have went to get some, equipment, right? If something would happen, right? I was like, pick up this thing, right? Next to me, of course, right? Gotta have some self-defense, right? That's exactly what, but obviously I have a lot of, self-defense tools, so to speak, right? Of course I went and got that too, right? Because I was like, some guys jumping into my lawn, so obviously I'm gonna defend myself if he keeps, advancing, right? That's just like common sense, right? It's just common sense. Yeah, if someone's breaking in, you're gonna, even if you don't decide to fight them or whatever, if you have something you can utilize, you will of course pick it up. And also, of course, my phone, I can call the cops too, right? Yeah, I can both record this guy, get some evidence, but also, of course, call the cops, right? So the phone, a modern phone, has both a camera and you can call, right? So it fulfills both things. But it's kind of exactly what I mean, honestly, right? That this guy is seemingly first assuming that it is a trap. He's like, oh, someone is gonna like attack me, and he's like, he looks like he's assuming that the person behind the door, the second person, is gonna try to kill him. Like he seems to assume that he's in the trap. You know what I mean? Like he seems to actually believe that he's in the trap, and then he does avoid the first attack though, when he kind of stabs him, out from, you can try to stab him right from the door. He does avoid that, and he sees that he's being controlled or whatever. So he managed to avoid it, but that's just because he's like, but this is I feel this writing here, if it's actually supposed to be, but this is anime, and I will actually say that I think that the novel is better, because I feel the anime always makes these scenes here be terrible, because he's avoiding attack, right? Not because he's like a smart person, no, because he of course, he just had a good reflexes. He's an experienced warrior, right? So he just avoided it by having good experience. But again, it doesn't make any sense, because he assumed that the first guy was gonna betray him, basically, right? So he put up his sword. Then he just didn't pick up his sword for whatever reason. Let him in for no reason, right? Because it was just stupid trusting him. And then he sees him like evilly laughing, almost kind of looking like a maniac on the ground next to him, right? On the sitting chair. And he's like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna ignore that. Another weird guy comes on another like weird knock happens. And he's like, oh shit, it's gonna be a trap, right? Yeah, it still opens the door. I mean, it's just like, how many? It doesn't make any sense. Either he has to be a complete moron and don't see all the signs, right? But he seemingly is seeing all the signs. He's seemingly aware that all of this is very, very suspicious, yet he keeps acting into the trap. He's like, that's probably a trap. I'm gonna go into the trap anyway. You know, that's exactly what I mean. He's like, trap, trap, trap. Then he goes into the traps anyway. Like, why? Why would you walk into the 4 traps, right? And again, the least logical thing was that he didn't keep his sword with him, right? He had hold his sword, he put it down when the first guy appeared, which made no sense, because why would you trust him, right? You should keep his sword with you anyway. And then when the second guy appears, like, you know, this guy, before he opens the door, right? He's like, shit, it's probably a trap. Why doesn't he pick up the sword and open the door? You know what I mean? You open the door. It's like I said, this guy jumping over my fence, right? Again, true story. I don't believe me, but it happened. Weird thing, right? But anyway, obviously I'm like getting up my phone, getting this stuff right, you know, bring stuff with me, right? I'm not just gonna go over there, right? Then confront the guy on my lawn, right? I'm gonna bring my stuff with me, right? And then confront him on the lawn. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do it unarmed, right? It doesn't make any sense. This is so stupid. Especially because he was holding his sword to begin with. That is basically the least amount of sense. Like, if it is he was unarmed, and he has his sword in the other room or whatever, and he's like, okay, I gotta open the door anyway, which is stupid, but okay, fine. But he was actually holding the sword, and then he put it down, and then pick it up, and he's like, what? You know, it's like someone, you know, coming to rob you, right? It's on your lawn, you have your, you know, your gun in your hand, and you're like, oh, he's trying to rob me? I put the gun away. But why would you do? No one's gonna do that. You're gonna keep the weapon in your hand, right? It doesn't make any sense. That's the dumbest self-defense ever. It's like, he has a self-defense weapon in his hand, a tool to defend himself, and he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna not use it. Yeah, like, I'm gonna put it away. Like he has it in his hands, and then he's like, okay, I put it away then, yeah. And that's before it's even more weird, right? Because then the next enemy appears, and then he's still like, I gotta put it away. It's like, no, pick it up, man. But anyway, yeah. So they find something there, war, right? The princess is doing something. I don't think she was doing it at all. She's trying to get help, I guess, but it really didn't actually has accomplished anything so far. And she, again, as I mentioned earlier, she's kind of is the main character, right, of the human arc, whatever the protagonist of the human arc. It's her power, clearly. But I think the problem is, as I keep saying, that we haven't really built her up right. But anyway, the first 2 quarters or so, I don't know, a little bit more maybe. The first, like, 4 out of 2 quarters. So we had a lot of bunny. Man, I can't show this thing, of course, because it's not it's too family friendly. But god damn it, you know, always Shia. Look at my channel, look at this channel. I put this code there. Always Shia, right? Always Shia getting it. And she's, oh no, my bikini. And then we do see, I don't know why Tio's rear is appearing. Honestly, I don't understand why. Because the rest of them were, you know, like throwing their bikinis at him. She was like knocked out in the water, and these, I don't know, her clothes are gone for some reason. Honestly, I don't understand why she lost her clothes. That didn't make any sense. Like, that just happened. But yeah, he gets, of course, all the bikinis, because now everyone wants to give him a bikini. Because they don't want to just be the, you know, slutty bunny girl doing it, right? So yeah, they all have to do it. And where she's like, oh yes, Miyu, you're clearly trying to help me seduce him. Clearly, yeah, that's what she's doing. Very good angle of Tio, and he threw a rock at her face, or whatever thing is, it was crafting. And she was like, yeah, just showed her oppies and so on. Yeah, weird angle of her, and very family friendly, certainly. But if I think we just had this episode a few episodes ago, I keep saying it, but this anime is so much more edgy now since Tio was so joined. Yeah, the anime has turned into, I keep saying it every week, but it really is just basically an isekai harem anime, right? Half the episodes are just like fan service, it's just boobs and ass. I mean, I don't mind it, but honestly, that's why I feel the 2 is like genuinely somewhat good, right? The 1 is like ironically good, right? And the 2 is like actually somewhat entertaining for reals, because yeah, it's just a lot of fan service with the boobs. It's just like, yeah, it's just a lot of edgy moments. But I mean, if you like, you know, quintuplets or whatever, Attention Moyo or Love Hina or whatever, harem love anime, this anime actually works just like them, right? Just a guy, 4 or 5 wives, a lot of netto raring, a lot of like, he's my bikini master and so on. Yeah, it's just goddamn isekai with bunch of boobs, right? And all the girls getting, you know, jealous. And of course, the mommy, right? Yeah, the bonus mommy being like, and I love how she keeps saying to Ara. She's all like, oh, Ara, let's be also joining if you could have some family fun time. But let's go to her scene then. That was the best scene when she she was just getting out of the water, right? But the anime angle was just like, she's getting out of the water, but the anime is like, oh yeah. She's just trying to get up on the bridge, right? She's just trying to, she's a mermaid, she's in the water, she's climbing up, on the bridge, right? Or whatever it's called. Yeah, just to get up from the water. But according to the anime, it looks ridiculously, yeah. I love what they did there. I mean, obviously, she's trying to get up from the water. She's just trying to get up on the bridge, right? She's been swimming. She's a mermaid woman, and she's just trying to leave the water. But yeah, the anime was like, this angle is gonna look hilarious. Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, they're gonna love this angle. It's a goddamn fan service anime. Oh god, there is the best scene. She was like, there was some scene where she just looked straight up as she was doing it, like it's just so stupid. Yeah, first she looks all happy too. And she's like smiling, she's, getting down there between. This scene, it looks like a sort of a hentai scene. My god. Nah, I'm just joking. But it looks like, just before a hentai scene starts, right? I can't. Yeah, like just before it starts. So I give them credit for that. It's just like the scene that happens, the second before an actual hentai scene starts. Yeah, like good job, anime. But where's the goddamn scene where she was like, there's one scene when it looks from her back, or her perspective, up his stomach. Yeah, so to speak. There's one scene that looked from the angle. I mean, it's obviously a really stupid angle. Like he's swimming next to. Yeah, it's just. There it is. My god, this anime. There it is. Here it is. Oh my god, this anime. This is. I love it. It was great, man. Yeah. She comes up here and she's like, "I'm gonna get up in the water," and of course she's trying to climb up the water, right? And then the other girls come up behind her and like get netted, right? Yeah. It looks like she's doing it, but that angle was just perfect, man. That was like some proper anime angles there. That was some good shit, man. Yeah. Oh, very good beach episode. Yeah, very good beach episode. But I was surprised, right? Arifureta is, of course, the anime where he seduced the dragon lady by, of course, smashing her with a nail, right? I mean, remember that, right? So I'm surprised at the anime. This, if anything, is kind of like tame, right, for this anime. That the mermaid mom is just trying to get out of the water, and the angle from her back looks like she's doing it with him. But, it's just angles. But honestly, I think it's pretty fun, and, this is, I think, pretty good because it does kind of capture that, what do we call it? Kind of the classic, I guess, right, of rom-com. And I don't mean anime, I mean actually something like, Friends or whatever, right? Something like a romantic comedy of that kind of typical more Hollywood or whatever American style, right? Because certainly there's one episode of Friends where Monica believes that her new cleaning lady that she hires, even though she loves cleaning, it's a weird episode, she's whatever. And the cleaning lady, Monica, thinks they've stolen her panties, right? For some reason, her pantsuit, yeah, for some reason. Oh, I have broken pantsuit, or I think she's wearing my jeans or whatever. It has like a hole in it, something. And she has to like look up. So when the cleaning lady's like cleaning, right? Standing and cleaning, Monica is like, oh yeah, I gotta get in there, right? Up in her rear end, right? To see if she's a hole where my hole is. And of course, someone else is like, oh, so she's eating her out. And it looks like, of course, yeah, someone else entering, right? Looking at angle, it looks like Monica is, of course, getting up in her, and she thinks that Monica is lesbian or something like that. So, what I mean? Yeah, like it's kind of that kind of classic type, or something like maybe American Pie or something, I guess, when someone enters the door and it looks like someone is doing it, right, because of the angle. Because in American Pie doesn't keep entering the door, people doing it. But yeah, that's the thing with American Pie, honestly. American Pie kind of mixtures these kind of angles, I guess, with actually doing it. Yeah, American Pie is a TV comedy movie, I guess, right? Where they both have these angles, where it looks like someone is doing it, and also the next scene is not at all, so you don't actually know until you... The thing about it's pretty good in the comedy sense, because so even as the viewer, you don't know exactly what's going to happen, right? Like American Pie, this might actually be someone doing it, right? Actually might be happening. But also just might be like a stupid angle where she just swims up and it's like, oh, yeah, and, it's just the viewer and, of course, the character misunderstanding, right? Think about it, I think American Pie probably does the joke like 10 times, probably. where you and the other character doesn't know, if it's actually happening or not happening, right? Yeah. So certainly, I think this kind of comedy, it does feel very westernized. Do you agree with me? It feels very like... It actually feels less, I feel, Japanese. Yeah, it feels more like Hollywood. Something that you see in kind of like a romantic comedy, I feel, from USA. More so, right? Certainly... Weird. This anime I feel pushing the boundary way more usually. Still a good beach episode though, more than I think most beach episodes are. Like more showcase right of beach episodes. But anyway, guys, episode 1, and of course, Osama ranking is the next reaction. Of course, the freaking best anime season. I'm very excited to see what happens with Kage there. Right, I don't know spoil update, but yeah, Kage is doing something crazy. That's in about 1.5 now. I'm gonna hit the gym now. Didn't have time before because of work, but I'm gonna hit the gym and then see us with Osama ranking in half an hour, and that's gonna be freaking amazing. Probably. Let's see what happens to Kage, right? So I'm afraid that Kage's gonna die or something. I don't think Bullet's gonna die, right? He's the main character, but it would be weird if Kage dies. So he's like the main supportive character.